we are actually coming from Brainimation Studio. Okay, Brainimation Studio is a training provider registered with the HRDF and also MOF. All right, so you can connect with the Facebook page. Yes, it's the same link. Yeah, it's the same link. All right, so basically this training, this free training series, right, it's been organized by these people here. Okay, me myself, Yavinesh. My name is Yavinesh. All right, and then by Chris Yan as well. He's also an HRDF registered training provider, and also Erica Liu. Okay, a bit about myself. I'm a HRDF certified trainer. Okay, and also I conduct training on the softwares listed here, like 3D animation, AutoCAD plan drawing, graphic designing, okay, like book publishing and all that. All right, so you can connect with me by WhatsApp or whatever, okay, or you can join my Facebook page also can. All right, so I've been conducting training since year 2008. Okay, my background is a graphic design, and then become a multimedia designer, and then become 3D animation trainer. All right, so that's it about me. Okay, and then a bit about Chris. Chris, he's a HRDS trainer as well. Okay, he's a certified professional coach, which is certified from UK. Okay, and also he do NLP training, right? Okay, this is about something about himself, and you can connect with him through the phone also. You can save his number if you want to. All right, and he also do consulting for businesses. All right, okay. And next, Erica. Erica, can you talk about yourself a bit? Erica? Erica, are you there? Okay, Erica, let me just brief a bit about herself. Okay, she involved in a lot of voluntary works, okay, social works. Okay, so if you have, if you need any, what you call, voluntary works, you can reach to Erica, definitely. And also she's a social entrepreneur. Erica, are you there? Something went wrong, I guess.
Hello, right. I'm here.
No worries.
My line is very bad. Yeah, just go on. My line is really bad. Sorry about that.
Okay, all right, no problem, no problem. Okay, so you can connect with her with by handphone or the Facebook page. All right, and you can also drop her an email if you want to. All right, so that's it about ourselves, and then let's get started with Photoshop. All right. Okay, may I know how many of y'all have used Photoshop before? If yes, put 1. If no, put 2. Okay, we have some mixtures here. Okay, no worries. For those who have used before, definitely you will learn something for today. All right. Okay, great, thank you. So if you are familiar with Photoshop, okay, please bear with me because I'll be doing quite slow. Maybe I'll be repeating things a few times. Okay, just be patient, like how I'm being patient. Okay, yeah, sure. Erica, can you put the link, please? Okay. Okay, I believe you all have installed Photoshop. Okay, I believe you all have installed Photoshop. All right, so I've already opened my Photoshop. Okay, this is the interface you will be getting. Okay, in case if yours is a bit different, then you can go to Window, Workspace, and then you just reset Essential. Then you'll get similar workspace as mine. And some of you may be using an older version, maybe CS6 or whatever. Okay, maybe it's slightly different, but most of the thing that we're going to learn is applicable to CS6 as well. All right. Okay, so now in Photoshop, right? The what we call essential thing that you need to know is about the document setting. All right. So if I go to File and then I click on New. Okay, I go to File, New. Okay, so this setting here, okay, this is a very crucial thing that you need to understand. Okay, number 1 is the width and the height. Okay, so you need to specify the width and the height. Okay, depends on the design that you're going to use it. Okay, for example, let's say I'm doing a book cover maybe. Okay, so if I'm creating a book cover, I need to specify the units, okay, in centimeter or millimeter maybe. Okay, and then okay, I'm getting a different view. Can you guys see the Photoshop view, my new document window? Can you guys see my screen? Okay, great. Okay, the software that I have opened is Adobe Photoshop. Okay, you need to open Adobe Photoshop. What version are you using, Ina?
I'm not quite sure. I've installed it yesterday, but what I'm seeing is like apps. All apps.
It's supposed to be Adobe Photoshop. It's supposed to be Adobe Photoshop.
The blue color one, right? PS.
PF, yes. The icon should be PS. All right.
Okay, sorry. Yep,
Okay, it should, yeah, it should be similar like mine. Okay,
Yep.
even CS6 also, it's very similar like this. All right, so I went to file new. Okay, this is a new document. And then if you are doing a A4 size for print purpose, then you change the unit to centimeter and then you specify the size. Let's say, for example, 21 by 29.7. Okay, the width and the height. And if you're doing for printing, the resolution should be 300. All right, so you must remember, whenever it comes for printing, resolution must be 300. And then the color mode for printing should be CMYK, cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. Okay, this is the basic color that has been used by the printer, the offset printer in the factory, or even the home printer, right? You can see the colors like cyan, magenta, yellow, and also another cartridge with black cartridge. Okay, so can you guys please mute yourself? Takzim, please mute yourself. Okay, thank you. All right, so the color mode for printing, it should be CMYK color. Okay, and then the rest is you can leave it as default. Okay, so this setting is for printing purpose. The size depends whether it's a A4, A5, B2, whatever size, and then resolution must be 300, color mode must be CMYK. Let's say we are doing design to be published on a digital media. Like you want to post it on Facebook, you want to post it on maybe WhatsApp, or maybe you want to put on your web, or maybe you want to use it for video, maybe to be broadcast in TV. Okay, when that happens, the unit, you need to change it to pixel. Okay, the units need to be pixel for digital media. And then the size, depends on what purpose you are doing. Okay, so for example, let's say I want to create a design for maybe an Instagram post, maybe. Okay, in that case, you need to use the optimum size. If you're not sure what size to use, you can always Google. Okay, you go to Google, you type Instagram post image size. Then you will get what is the size, pixel by pixel, the optimum size. And same goes for, let's say, I want to create an image for Facebook. Okay, so then you just go to Google, you type Facebook image post size. Okay, you just Google that, and then you will get the optimum size. Okay, so for today's exercise, I'm going to do it in a full HD size, which is 19201080. Okay, so this is a full HD size. This resolution is used by most of the devices. All right, and then the resolution for digital media, it should be 72. 72 is a default resolution for screen. Okay, any screen that you are looking at, is the resolution is 72. Okay, so you have to maintain that. And for the color mode, right, you need to change it to RGB. RGB means red, green, and blue. All right, this is the basic color for light. Okay, because your device is actually emitting lights, right? Okay, so this is the basic color for a screen. All right.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a question about the color. You said the version that I have doesn't have the same thing as you have. So for printing, you said you have to use something else. I don't remember what it is.
CMYK. You need to change it to
Yeah.
CMYK. Can you share your screen so that I can check? Is it possible
Sure.
you share your screen now?
Let me just try to. It says this will stop others screen sharing. Do you want to continue? I just go ahead.
Can you share your screen?
Let me see if I can do it. No, I don't. It doesn't let me because there is your screen.
Okay, let me stop sharing. Can you try share screen again?
Okay, let me see. Share screen. Okay, you see it?
Okay. Okay, this is not Photoshop. Okay, if you go to help, can you go to help?
Yes.
Help.
Okay.
This is Photoshop element.
Yes, I
Not
know, but
Photoshop.
that's so this is completely different. I cannot
Different,
use.
completely different software. This is not the
Okay.
software. All
Okay,
right.
thank you. Thank you.
Okay, great. All right.
So I have to unshare it or you will do it?
Yeah,
Stop.
I can stop. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so that is a Photoshop element, but not same. Okay, that is a very light version of Photoshop. All right. Okay, let's get back here. All right, so for now, what I want you guys to do is you set the resolution to 1920, the height is 1080, resolution is 72, color mode is RGB. Okay, color mode should be RGB, then you press OK. And if you have question, you may ask now regarding the size and the resolution and the color mode. Anyone? You can unmute and ask the question. Hannah.
Yes, you're saying that this is HD.
Very noisy, Hannah.
Can you hear me now?
No, it's very noisy.
No, sorry, my neighbor is having renovation. Can I type it in my question?
Yeah, you may type your questions. Yeah, please give me a second. Thank you. Okay, if you have a question, you can unmute and speak, or you can just type it in the chat box. Anyone? Don't be shy. Okay, full HD 1920 1080 is full HD. What does that mean? HD for softmax. What is that? Okay, HD. Okay, it's just a term for a screen size. Okay, you know when you buy television, right? It says Ultra HD, Full HD, and all that. That is just a term for the resolution. This resolution. Okay, HD means high definition. Yes, thank you. Okay, HD is a 1280 720. This is HD size. Okay, if you go to Google, you just type HD screen size. Okay, then they will list all the sizes like a 2K resolution, 4K resolution. You will get pixel by pixel. Okay, HD size is 1280 720. Full HD is 1920 1080. 1080. Okay, this is full HD. All right, and there is a 2K resolution, 4K resolution, which is a 3000 by 2000 something. Okay, so the precise number you can check from Google. Okay, don't worry about the HD, full HD or whatever. You just type your value here. Okay. Okay, yes, the sizes you can use for computer purpose or TV purpose, doesn't matter. Okay, the most important one, this number. Okay, the terms for this number is not important. The most important is the number exactly. Okay, so this why I'm using this size is because this is the most of the devices using this resolution. Most of the devices like your computer screen, your laptop screen, your handphone screen, okay, most of it will be in full HD resolution. Okay, some of course some of the monitors it will be slightly lower size. Clear?
Clear, sir.
All right, so I want you to create a new document. Okay, I want you to create a new document, use this setting, and then you click OK. Can you all do that now? Sorry about that, Om. I can't help it. Okay, if done, please let me know. Done. Okay, 4, 5, done. Okay, great. Then I'm going to click OK now. Okay, the moment you click OK, you'll get a white color screen on your software here. Okay, this is a untitled document. Okay, you can see the document name here. Okay, you can see the document name up here on the untitled one. All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to open the image that we're going to edit. Okay, so to open the file, I go to File, Open. Okay, and then I go to my downloaded file here. Okay, this is the asset chat. This is the folder that I've given you, the link. And then I go to original. I open the first image. Select the first image and then click open. Can you do that now? If you already opened, please let me know also.
Yavinesh, morning, Salva here.
Yeah.
I had some trouble getting that file from the Dropbox. Can I use any other image or?
Okay, 1 minute.
I've downloaded, but it's still in HTML format, so I couldn't extract the file.
No, it's supposed to be a zip file. You need to click download button. When you click the link, you will get a screen. On the screen, on the top right hand side, there is a download button. You need to click that. Okay, how to bring in the image again? Close this. I go to File, Open. Okay, File, Open. And then select this image, the one you have downloaded from the original folder. Okay, the first image. Then you click Open. Okay, great. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this image and then we're going to place it in the untitled document. All right, so this is the original image. Okay, so I'm going to use the Move tool. Okay, there is a toolbar on your left hand side here. Okay, the first tool, when you put your mouse over, it says Move tool. Okay, you need to click on the Move tool and then, okay, just take a look first. Don't. Okay, sorry, I think it's muted. I don't know how it's muted. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to repeat one more time. Go back to this image here. Click using the Move tool, click and drag. Move your cursor to the untitled one, and then bring your cursor down, then let go your mouse. Okay, so when you drag the image to your untitled document, you can see there is a layer here on the right hand side. Okay, there is a layer 1. Okay, this layer 1, you can actually move it, something like that. Okay, can we use place embedded to skip this step also, or it has different?
Yavinesh, can you repeat that step to put the image, please?
Yeah, sure. Okay, I'm going to undo back. Okay, have you opened the image?
Yes.
Okay, so after you open, you use Move tool. Okay, you click and drag to the untitled one, and then bring your cursor down, then you let go.
Oh, okay.
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 Okay. After you have put your image into the untitled document, the image is quite big. Okay, we need to resize the image. Okay, to resize this image, you need to use a free transform. Okay, where do you get free transform? You go to edit, free transform. Okay, shortcut is Control T. Okay, Control T for free transform. When I click free transform, okay, I don't see anything because the image is quite big. So I need to zoom out. To zoom out, I press Control and minus in my keyboard. When I zoom out, I can see this bounding box here. Okay, and then I bring my cursor to one of the corner here, and then I click and drag. Okay, click and drag this corner, click and drag the other corner. Make it smaller, and then I can move it, reposition it, make it a bit more smaller, something like that. And then to apply the transform, you press enter. Okay, I repeat one more time. Okay, I have this image. To resize the image, we press Control T. Okay, Control T is free transform. And then we need to zoom out so that we can see these boxes here, the blue color box. And then from one of the corner here, I just click and drag. Anyone here using CS6 version or any older version, Photoshop? Anyone? Okay, if you're using CS6, right, you need to press shift when you drag from the corner. You must press shift. All right, so I'm going to escape now. I press Control T, I press Control minus to zoom out. And then when I use to drag from the corner, right, make sure you press shift for CS6 user. The older version, you need to use shift key. Okay, the new version, you don't have to use the shift key. Is it clear? Okay, make it smaller, something like what I've done here. And then reposition it to be centered somewhere here. And then to apply, press enter. Unable to copy the move tool to get the image. Vimala, what do you mean?
Just now I asked you how do you the first tool that you copied, you click
Move
on that.
tool. Have you clicked the move tool?
Okay, let me just do that. Okay, I click the move tool. Then it's
Okay, then you click on the image.
click on the image.
Okay, you click from here. Can you see my cursor?
No, I don't see your cursor. Wait, I'm toggling between the two. Yeah.
Okay, you just take a look first. Take a look first. Don't do anything. Take a look first. I click.
Okay.
Don't let go the mouse. Drag to the untitled. Don't let go your mouse. Bring your cursor to the middle of the document. Then only you let go your mouse.
Because when I click the move tool, it shows move. It shows in words move.
You need to click.
Okay. All right. I will try.
Can we use place embedded to skip this? Okay, if you go to place, right? Okay, also can. No issues. Okay, but normally it depends lah. To achieve certain things, there is 100 ways of doing it. All right, so you can do that. Vimala, can you share your screen? Vimala, are you there?
This is my screen. Oh, this one. Okay, I'll share. I don't know. It's come too many.
Okay, it's loading.
Oh, it's loading. Okay.
Okay. Okay, can you see there is a three buttons there? There is a X there, and then maximize and then minimize.
Yeah.
Okay, click the middle one. Okay. Okay, you press F one time.
F, huh?
F. Uh-huh. F again. F one more time. How come I don't see your file name? Again.
Can I stop share and then start sharing again?
One moment, one moment. Can you allow?
Yeah.
Okay, don't do anything. Okay, so you go to this what we call image here. You click on the image.
Mhm.
Okay, let me see if I can track it or not. Is it loaded?
Yes.
Okay, so what you have done is you have typed some text there. That's why.
Okay.
It's a bit lagging.
Mhm.
Okay, can you highlight all your layers here, the text layer, and then you press delete.
Highlight. How do I just click here?
Click
is
the
it?
layer and then press delete. The T.
Oh, this one. And
Click and press delete.
press delete.
Can you delete the layer?
Yeah. The background also?
All the three T's there.
Yeah. Okay.
Delete. Okay, and then layer one, you turn on layer one, you turn on the visibility. Layer one, the T you need to delete.
Wait, because it's
The lorem ipsum layer, you need to delete.
1 minute, because it's covered by the chat.
Yeah, make it smaller.
Wait. Okay.
Okay, you got it right?
Yeah. So the layer one, I delete, right?
Not layer one.
T I delete.
T.
Yeah.
Layer one, turn on the visibility. You close the eyes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you on it back. All right, now click on the layer one.
Yeah.
Why did you remove everything?
Okay.
Control Z.
Control Z. Yeah.
Control Z. Some more. Where is your background layer? Undo some more. Some more.
No more. It's finished.
Control Z.
Control Z. Control Z. Yeah, background is there.
Okay, I didn't ask you to delete the background layer, right?
No. Only the T.
Remove the T layers.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, you can get the free transform from edit.
From edit. Okay.
Thank you, Selvakumar. Noted.
Okay.
You need to click the layer 1 first. Vimala, you need to click on the layer 1. You turn on the visibility.
Yeah.
Click
Yeah.
the layer 1. Yes, click. Click the layer 1.
Click layer 1.
Then you go to edit, free transform.
Edit and free
transform.
Okay.
Okay, make your image big.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Okay, control and minus to zoom out.
Control and minus.
In your keyboard, there is a CTRL, that is your control.
Yeah.
And then press minus. Okay, yes, correct.
Okay.
Okay, and then from the corner, you just click and drag. Yep. Make it smaller. Make it smaller, and then you just move it up. Okay, to move up, yes, the black color arrow, you just click and drag. Yep. Okay. So you just resize it and then make it smaller and then reposition. Okay?
Yeah. Okay, okay. Thank you.
All right. Okay. So after you have resized, okay, we're going to remove the background here. Okay. To remove the background, we can use a few tools to make the selection first. Okay. We need to select the girl's body here, the entire body. Okay. So the tools that we're going to use is a quick selection tool. Okay. You will find a quick selection over here, the fourth tool here. Okay, if let's say you don't find the quick selection tool, for example, some of yours may be a magic wand. Okay, when I click and hold the magic wand, okay, you will find a quick selection tool. You click and hold. Okay, click and hold to get the quick selection tool. Okay, you click on that, and then when you move your cursor here, you will find the brush size. Okay, to increase and reduce the brush size, you can either you change it from the top here. You will see there is a circle with a number there. When you click the arrow, okay, when you click the arrow, you can change the size, or you use a shortcut key. Shortcut key to increase and reduce the brush size is your open and close bracket under below the backspace button. Okay, in your keyboard, you will find there is a close and open bracket. Below the backspace, you press up and down here. Can or not? You try now. Try to adjust the brush size. You choose the quick selection tool first, and then you reduce the brush size, increase the brush size by clicking on the shortcut key, which is the open and close bracket below the backspace button. Is it clear? how to remove transform line. You press enter. At least to apply the transform, free transform, you need to press enter. Okay, adjusting the brush size, any problem?
Could you explain it one more time?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so we actually, what we're going to do now is we're going to remove the background. Okay, to remove a background, we need to make a selection of the body or the background, either one. Okay, so in this example, I'm going to select this person. Okay, to select this person, I'm going to use the quick selection tool. To use quick selection tool, you click on the quick selection first, quick selection. Okay, click and hold this tool here, and then you will find quick selection. If there is, it's not there. Okay, and then you need to adjust the brush size. To adjust the brush size, you use the open and close bracket in your keyboard, which is below the plus button there in your keyboard. Okay, to increase or to reduce, you can try and error with both key. Okay, to reduce the brush size, to increase the brush size.
How about using
What's
the
that?
how about using the icons on top instead of using the keyboard?
Can, but the problem here, the size, okay, you don't see the result immediately. You need to move away the cursor, then only you will see. Okay, it's better to use the keyboard shortcut. You can also use this. Okay, you adjust the size and then you check. Adjust the size and then you check. Can also.
So you
All right.
first click on the image and then you hit plus sign.
You click on the quick selection tool. I haven't made any selection yet. I'm just showing how to adjust the brush size.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so after you have adjusted, okay, for example, I'm going to paint on the face here. Just click and drag. Okay, it will select all the similar color, the neighboring similar color. Okay, so what we need to do is we have to keep on painting until we select the entire body, something like that. Let's say you accidentally painted on the background area here. So to remove selection, you press Alt. Press Alt and you can see there is a minus button there. Okay, if you let go the Alt, you get plus. The brush, it has a plus icon. You press Alt and then you click and drag to remove selection. To add selection, you just keep on painting like this. The hair area, later we will refine. Okay, don't just leave it something like this. Okay, and then I'm going to keep on painting. Okay, the hand area also, I'm painting it. Okay, the cream color also you select, something like that. Okay, so why we need to adjust the brush size? Some of the part are quite small, so you need to reduce the brush size, then you paint it. Okay, if the area is bigger, then you increase the size. If the area is smaller, you reduce the brush size. Okay, so for example, here at the back area, to zoom in, you press plus, control plus to zoom in, control minus to zoom out. And then to pan your image, you press space bar and then click and drag. While pressing space bar, you click and drag to pan. All right. Okay, so I'm already at this area. I need to reduce my brush size so much smaller, and then I start to paint these parts. Okay, something like this. Okay, if you accidentally clicked on the white color background, you press alternate, click and drag to remove selection. Okay, so I'm going to paint here. Increase the brush size a bit. Let's say I roughly paint first. Okay, and then I press alternate and click and drag. Press Alt and then click and drag to remove selection. Okay, make sure you adjust your brush size much smaller. Okay, something like this. Remove, remove, remove. Okay, if it is not very detailed, right? Never mind. Later we will refine again. Okay, so I'm going to remove here. Increase the brush size. Alternate, click and drag. Can you try now? Okay. try first. You need to try first, then only you will know what are the problems that you face.
So you said the key is Alt-Net?
Alt, ALT in your keyboard. That is a short form for alternate. ALT in your keyboard. While pressing Alt to remove a selection, you just paint it. Let's say, for example, I accidentally painted this area. I press Alt and then click and drag to remove. Okay, in case if it is not clear, please let me know. All right. Okay, so I'm going to keep on continue painting here. Okay, paint it. If you accidentally painted the background, you reduce the brush size, you press Alt and then click and drag to remove selection. Then you zoom out and then check all the area here. Okay, you need to continuously increase and reduce the brush size. That's why I asked you to use the shortcut key. Okay, if done, please let me know. If done painting, a rough painting first. Okay, so then we will refine the hair area. I don't have a brush tool. You mean, are you using the quick selection tool? Okay, so now from the selection, later we're going to create a layer from this shape later on. Okay, I'll show you shortly. Okay, we need the path first. The selection first. Three selection tools. I can add the minus. Oh, okay. You mean this one? Add the minus. How about the first one? Okay, you to create new selection means if you don't want this, and then you can choose this, and then you start to paint something else. But then when you do that, the first one will gone. So that's why the default one is the plus. Okay, plus means it will keep on adding. Okay, if you choose the first one, the previous selection will gone. Okay, by default it will be the plus. Okay, if done, please let me know. The others. Okay, shall we proceed? Okay, cool. Okay, so now for the hair area here, there is some like a faded. It's blended with the background. Okay, and the hair area, and then some of the back area here, and then the shoelace down there, and all that. Okay, so to refine this, okay, 1 second. Let me adjust this a bit. Okay, so to refine this, okay, you can see there is a select and mask on top. Okay, when I click select and mask, okay, I will get something like this. Okay, with the overlay with the red color thingy. Okay, and then on the right hand side, you can see there is a properties here. Okay, properties, and then the view type. In case if your view is not same as mine, you can click at the view here. You can choose overlay. Okay, this just a preview how it's going to look like. Okay, when we are doing the refine tools. All right. So if let's say, for example, if I click on black and white, selected area here. Okay, so black and white, but I want you to choose overlay. Okay, so after you are in overlay mode, okay, when you are in overlay mode, please zoom. Why do I need to unzoom? Okay, all right. Okay, so we're going to zoom in at the hair area so that we can paint it here. Okay, I want to paint only on this area using the refined brush tool here. Okay, can you see there is the second tool here, refine edge brush tool. Okay, you click on that and then you paint on the edges of this hair. Okay, you can increase the brush size a bit and then you start to paint only on the edges. Okay, so when you do that, okay, if I click this black and white, maybe you can see the hair details, you can get it back. All right, go back to overlay, and then I paint a bit on top here. Okay, so that it will be faded. It's not a solid color, something like this. And then you go down at the back area here. Okay, you can see there is some white color here, right? So you can paint it that as well. Paint, okay, paint to remove the background. You paint only on the edges, okay, something like that. And then the shoelace maybe. Okay, over here, I can see some of the white color background. I just click and drag to remove that background. Okay, so this tool will work great when there is a very small places or maybe the hair area. Okay, that's it. Okay, if done, please let me know. Yeah, sure. Okay, I'm going to undo back. Let me just undo. Is it undoing or not? Yeah. Okay, by default, the undo level is going to be 50. Okay, you need to increase it in your preferences. Okay, let's say I already undo this. Oh, sorry. Okay, I use my refine edge brush tool, the second tool over here. Okay, and then I just paint it on wherever there is a white color, especially on the hair area. Okay, on the hair area, I go up here and then I just paint on the edges. Paint on the edges here, so that I don't see the white color background. Something like that. You just paint it. Can you hear me now? How to do the background? What do you mean do background? Do what?
The pink background, how did
Okay. Let's say I click OK now. Okay, initially you paint it with your quick selection tool. Okay, after that, you see your quick selection is still on. Okay, you will see select and mask on top. Click on the select and mask. Okay, you will get this pink color. Okay, if you don't like this red color, you can change it to some other contrast color. Let's say, for example, green maybe. Okay, then you click OK to change the color. Okay, and then you just start to paint at the edges. Okay, if the hair part done, please let me know. Hidayah, what version are you using? CS6. Can you share your screen? Okay, older version, this refine edge tool is not that powerful, but you still can edit a little bit. Can you please share your screen? Hidayah? Okay, thank you. Okay, can you click on the refine edge? Okay, the tools is a bit different and this is an older version, right? Okay, click on the refine edge. Okay, and then the view you change to overlay. Can you see the view? Click the arrow there. Change to overlay. Okay, it's almost the same. Okay, now, okay, you don't have the exact brush there. Can you see there is a edge detection radius? Okay, click on the smart radius as well. And then try to increase the radius. The radius, edge detection radius. Not so big. Okay, when you are adjusting, you need to take a look at your image. Okay, down, more. Lower a bit. Okay, you see when you increase the radius, the hair area is a bit blended with the background. Increase a bit more and see. Can you see the difference or not? Okay, so that is the mostly you can do, and then you can try with adjusting the edges, smooth, feather, contrast, shift edge. Okay, you can try that as well. All right. Okay, then you click OK. After done, you click OK. Okay, same goes for your.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay, same goes for the new version also. After you have done, you click OK on this right hand side lower corner here. Then you click OK. Okay, when you click OK, When you click OK, you'll have your selection. Okay, I have my selection here. We're going to create a layer from this selection by pressing Ctrl J. Make sure before you press Ctrl J, you have selected the layer 1. Okay, you have to make sure you click on the layer 1, then only you press Ctrl J. Okay, can select layer 1 and then I'm going to press Ctrl J now. Okay, it will make layer 2. In layer 2, if I turn off layer 1 and the background, I can see there is only this girl here. And now we can actually replace other background. Clear? Is it clear, guys?
So did you duplicate layer 1?
Okay, I'm going to undo back. Okay, after you press OK at the quick selection, okay, you will have this selection here. You select layer 1 and then you press Ctrl J. Okay, Ctrl J is to copy the layer. This layer we are copying. Okay. Okay, if you turn off the visibility for the layer 1 and the background, you will see like a checker box, something like this. Did you got it? Okay, great. Okay, now we're going to put a different background. All right. So I want you to open the background file from the background folder. Go to File, Open, go to Background folder, choose the image, then click Open. Okay, and then using the Move tool, you click and drag to the untitled document, and then bring your cursor to the middle here, then you let go. Something like that. Same how you did for the previously. Okay, if done, please let me know. Okay, how do I copy layer 1? Okay, I'm going to undo one more time. Okay, after I click OK, I have my selection here. Ina, please take a look. Okay, I have my selection. I select layer 1 in the layer panel. Then I press Ctrl and J. J for Jordan. All right. When you press Ctrl J, it will make a new layer from the selection. All right. If I turn off, you can see there is only this girl here. All right. Then turn it on back. Then I open this image. Okay. I use Move tool, click and drag, drop it on the Untitled 1 document. Then you let go. Okay. After you place it, okay, this layer 3 now is this image, right? This forest image. You need to put it below the girl's layer so that you can see the girl here. Okay, and then you resize the background image. To resize, you press Ctrl T and then make it bigger. You need to zoom out so that you can see clearly. Press Ctrl T and then increase the size to be something like what I've done here. And then to apply, press Enter. Okay, can you try first? Any problem, please let me know. I can repeat for you. Okay, thank you. Anyone else done? Control and T, Thailand. Cycle. Control T is a free transform. Free transform, you can get it from Edit. Edit, free transform. Did you manage to rearrange your layers? Anyone got problem with that? Okay, thank you. All background still there. You need to rearrange this. Okay, do you have this layer 1, which is the girl with the background, and then layer 2 is only the girl, and then layer 3 is the new background. Okay, the girl should be on top and then followed by this image. Can repeat from background. What do you mean? Okay, after you open this, is it, Lisa?
Yes, correct.
Okay, hang on, I remove this. Okay, so I already opened this file. I click and drag, go to untitled document, bring my cursor to the middle of this image, then I let go. Okay, after that, I bring the layer 2, which is the girl, to be on top. Just click and drag, let go. Okay, or you can drag the background image, click and bring it down so that you rearrange. The one you are looking actually from the top to bottom. Whatever on the top, you will see first. Okay, and then this background layer, you need to resize it, make it bigger so that it will fill up your space here, left and right. Okay, I'm going to press Ctrl T now. Okay, and then I just increase the size. Something like that.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
All right. Okay, anyone else got problem? Anyone? Shall we proceed? Okay. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to adjust the color of this girl so that it looks like from the same background. Okay, currently it looks like we pasted the image on this background, right? Because the background is a yellowish color and the girl is like maybe bluish a bit. All right, so we're going to make this girl to become yellowish and orangey a bit. Okay, so how do we adjust the color? Okay, I'm going to select the layer 2. Okay, just take a look first. Don't do anything. I'm selecting the layer 2 now. Okay, whenever you want to edit any of this layer, you need to select that layer. Then only you apply the effect or adjust the color. Okay, I'm selecting the layer 2. Then I go to image, adjustment. Okay, there are few tools that you can choose to adjust the color. Okay, but for today, I'm going to show you the color balance. Okay, I'm going to click on the color balance. Shortcut is Ctrl B. Okay, click on that. And then here you will notice there is a colors here, cyan, magenta, yellow, red, green, blue. And then there is a tone balance, shadow, midtone, and highlight. Okay, shadow means the dark color, highlight means the brightest color, and then the midtone is in between. Okay, so for example, let's say I click on the shadow first. I increase the white yellow color to something like this, and then I click the midtone, I increase the yellow also, and then I click the highlight, I increase a bit. Okay, when I increase the highlight, right, it looks too much already. Okay, so I reduce it back, not too much, just a little bit only. Okay, and then same thing, I go back to shadow, I try to adjust the red color or cyan color. You need to try and error on this. Okay, you need to try to increase so that it will match your background. Okay, so maybe not so much. And then try to increase the magenta or the green. You need to test it so that it gets very similar to your background color. Okay, same thing for midtone. Click on the midtone and then try to adjust all this color. Okay, I try to increase red, increase cyan. Okay, so red is more suitable. Increase it a little bit. Then the highlight, same. Try to increase. Okay, if not okay, then put it back 0. Okay, maybe something like that. Then if you're happy with the result, then you press OK. Is it clear? Can you try now? Okay, okay, thank you. can't resize layer 3. Okay, why? Ina, Control T, Thailand. T for Thailand. Okay, once you're happy with the color, you click OK. Okay, if done, let me know. The others. Okay, cool. Okay, so you can see here, okay, on this girl, right, the darkest color is on the jacket here. It's a very kind of a almost black color. Okay, but then on the background, you can notice that the darkest color is not, you can't see anywhere any black color. Okay, so what you can do is maybe you can adjust the background as well. How to resize the girl? You select the girl layer and then you press Ctrl T. Then you adjust the size. Okay, so I'm going to select the layer 3 now. Okay, select the layer 3 and then I go to image, adjustment, and then I go to brightness contrast. Okay, I click on brightness contrast. I try to reduce the brightness and see, and then I try to increase the contrast a bit to make it slightly darker. Okay, maybe not so much. Okay, so I already make the background darker a bit. Then I click OK. Okay, I go to cancel first. I select my layer 3, which is the background layer. I go to image, adjustment, brightness contrast, and then I reduce the brightness a little bit, and then I increase the contrast a bit. Then I click OK. And same thing for the girl. Select the layer 2, go back to image, adjustment, brightness contrast. Okay, this one what I do, I try to increase the brightness maybe a bit, and then try to lower down the contrast. Okay, you see this is 0. When I reduce, okay, it's lower down the highlight a bit, I mean the darker part a bit only. Okay, so if I press OK, I try to undo before and after. Can you see the difference? Okay, the darker part become brighter a bit when you reduce the contrast. That's one. And you can also adjust more by adjusting more like maybe hue saturation. You can try to adjust the lightness, okay, a bit. Maybe I increase a little bit only, something like that. Okay, just 4. Okay, so any question on this? Brightness, contrast, color balance. Okay, you can see the difference before we adjust the color and after we adjust the color. Okay, it feel like the person is at background itself. All right. Okay. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to do something like a light streak, okay, using a pen tool, okay, similar like in your sample file. All right, so just take a look first. Don't do anything. Listen very carefully. I'm going to use my pen tool. Okay, P for pen tool. You press P, you will get a pen tool. Okay, I'm using pen tool. Then I'm going to draw a shape as though the light is coming from the back here, and then it will go behind the girl, and then it will make a turning, and then it will appear in front of the girl. Okay, so just take a look first. Let me just draw something. I'm going to click here, click at the back here, and then click somewhere around here, and then click again outside of the document, something like this, like a V shape here. And then I need to add some thickness. So I click again, and then I close it back where I started. Click. Okay, I have something like this, a design. Okay, and then I want to make this area to be curvy. Okay, not a straight line, not a very sharp line, but then curvy. Okay, to do that, I'm going to click and hold the pen tool, and then I go to convert point tool. Click on the convert point tool, and then I click at this anchor point here, and then I click and drag. Click and drag. Okay, I'm going to drag it up, and then this one, click and drag it down, so that we have a nice curve over here. Is it clear? Is it clear, guys? Yeah, I'm going to repeat one more time. Okay, just take a look. I'm using pen tool, P for pen. Okay, click at the back here. Click somewhere around here after the back. Okay, and then at the corner here, maybe. Somewhere at the corner outside from the document. Why outside? So that we want the entire thing to be appeared over here. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 3-point done. The 4th point, I'm going to put it down here. And then the 5th point near to the 2nd point, just click somewhere around here. And then lastly, you close back the part. Click back where you started. Click on the anchor point. Click. Okay, if your shape is not right, okay, here I can see it is not even. So to adjust the anchor point, you can use the direct selection tool. Okay, there is a, I think by default, it's a black color arrow here. When you click and hold, you will find direct selection tool. Click on the direct selection tool, and then click on any anchor point, and you can move it. You can move it. Something like that. Okay, after your shape is fine, nice, then you choose this convert point tool. Same as the pen tool. You click and hold the pen tool, you click at convert point tool, and then you click and drag this, and this one also click and drag up and down. This one you drag up, this one you drag down. Then you have a nice curve. And also I still want to adjust a bit using my direct selection tool. Maybe this one I make it slightly bigger, something like that. Can you try that? If done, please let me know. If got problem, please let me know also. Done, done, done. 3 people done, 4 done, 5 done. Only 5 done. How about the rest? Okay, shall we proceed? If got problem, please let me know now, not after. Okay, cool. Repeat the curve part. Okay, so, okay, let's say I have my straight line here. Just take a look. Okay, I have straight line. Okay, I'm going to adjust the line again by using direct selection tool. Okay, click on the anchor point, and then I can move it around. Okay, let's say I move it something like this. Okay, and then I choose my convert point tool. You click and hold the pen tool, you will get convert point tool. Okay, when you click on convert point tool, you bring your cursor on the anchor point. This is anchor point. Okay, if you want to zoom in also can. Okay, you click and drag at the anchor point. If you bring it down, you see the shape is not right, so I need to move it up. Okay, click and drag up, and this one, if I move up, the shape is not correct, so I need to move it down. Okay, this depends on the direction of the curve. All right, so okay, let's say this is done. Okay, you try first. Okay, let's say this is done. We're going to make a selection from this part. Okay, we're going to create a selection from this path, and then we're going to fill with white color. All right, to make a selection from the path, you need to go to the path panel here. Same row with the layer panel, you see layer, channel, and path. Let's say if you don't have this path panel, let's say I'm going to close this panel right now. Okay, let's say I don't have path panel, I go to window, and then I choose path. Okay, I will get this path panel. Then you press Control and click on the rectangle shape here. Control and click. Then you will get a selection. Is it clear? Okay. Okay, you press Control and click on the rectangle shape on the work path. Then you will have a selection. Then after that, you go back to layers. You create new layer. You click on create new layer down here. Create a new layer. I have layer for now. Make sure your foreground color. Can you see there is a black and white color? The one on the top is a foreground. The one at the back is background color. Make sure your foreground color, the one on top is white color, and then you fill the color. Okay, so let's say your color is black right now. Okay, let's say your color is black right now. You can use the arrow to swap the colors between the foreground and background. When you click the arrow, the white color will be sitting on top. Okay, once you have white color, you press Alt and Delete in your keyboard. Press Alternate and Delete in your keyboard. And make sure you do that on your new layer. Is it clear, guys? Do you want me to repeat? Okay, all right, no worries. Okay, now I'm going to start from the path here. Okay, after you have this curvy path, okay, I'm going to press Control and click at the rectangle shape on the path panel here. The work path, Control click at the rectangle shape. Okay, you will get your selection, number one. And then we're going to fill with white color. But before you fill white color, you need to go back to your layer panel and then click this button to create the plus button here to create a new layer. Okay, create a new layer, and then make sure your foreground color is white color. Okay, currently mine is black color. I click this arrow here to exchange between these two colors. Okay, make sure the white color is sitting on top. Then you press Alt and Delete. Okay, alternate delete is a fill. Okay, in the older version, but new version they don't have the tool here. Can you see the fill option here under Edit and Fill? When I click Fill, I'm going to choose content is foreground color, mode is normal, opacity is 100. I'm going to click OK. Okay, it will fill the color. Okay, Alt Delete, or you go to Edit and Fill. Okay, if done, please let me know. Ina, are you done? Saiful, are you done? Okay, great. Okay, now if we want to remove the selection, I don't want the selection anymore. I press Control D, or I go to Select, Deselect. Okay, to remove a selection, you press Control D. Okay, press Control D to remove selection. Now we have this pattern. I'm going to add a glow effect now. Okay, after pressing Control D, I go to this layer, layer 4. I'm going to double click at the empty area here. Okay, there are three things here. One is the number one is the preview. You turn off and on the visibility, and then you have a small thumbnail at the box here, and then you have the name of the layer, and then you have some empty space here. Can you see there is a blank space here? You just double click here to bring up this layer style option box. Okay, again, cancel. You double click over here, not on the layer name. If you double click on the layer name, you can just rename the layer. All right, so you just double click on the layer here, and then it will open up layer style. Then you go to outer glow. Can you see where my mouse is right now? It's on the outer glow, not the checkbox. It's on the outer glow text. You click over here, not the checkbox, but you click on the name. It says outer glow. You click on that so that you can see the option. Okay, and then you change the color to a yellow color. Opacity you change to 100 maybe. The color change it to yellow color. Okay, and then you can adjust the size of it. Okay, this is too big. Okay, make it smaller a bit. Okay, something like that. Can you try that now? Do you want me to repeat? Try first. Done. All right. Great. Yeah, sure. I'm going to cancel this. I'm going to repeat one more time. Okay, after you have this white color line, you remove the selection by pressing Control D. Okay, and then you go to this layer, you double click over here, not on the layer name. Don't double click on the layer name. If you double click on the layer name, you get this rename thingy. Okay, so you double click at the empty space here, double click, you'll get layer style. All right, then you go to outer glow. If let's say I just simply click the checker box, right, the outer glow, I don't get my options here because I didn't click here on the outer glow. You need to click on the outer glow so that you get the outer glow option. How come my path is in black color? Okay, one moment. Okay, so then you change the opacity, you adjust the color to white color, and don't increase the spread. If you increase the spread, the glow won't look nice. Okay, you see the spread, it will make it like a very solid color. Okay, the spread, leave it as 0. You just adjust the size of the glow. Okay, just a little bit on it. Then you click OK. Okay, how come your path is in black color? Because you have selected the path. Okay, let's say something like this one. Can you see my screen? Now I can see my path. Okay, but then I don't want to see my path. Okay, for you to remove this path, you go to the path panel, you just click down here to deselect. Okay, when you save your image, right, as a JPEG or TIFF or PNG, you won't see the path. Okay, it's just a preview only. All right, whether it's there or it's not there, whether, let's say, for example, you're looking at it now. Can you see my path? Okay, the path is there. Okay, let's say you save your file as a JPEG file. You won't be seeing this path. Okay, it won't be output. All right, so let's say you don't want to see in your preview, you go to path panel, you click down here. Okay, on this area below the work path to deselect. When you don't select it, you don't see. Okay, then you go back to layer. Okay, all right. Now we're going to add another color. Okay, a darker color, maybe something like a red color. So I'm going to duplicate this layer 4. To duplicate layer, you just press Control J. Control J to duplicate the layer. If you have a selection, you press Control J, it will create a new layer from the selection. Okay, currently we don't have any selection. You just select the layer and then duplicate. Okay, so now the red color, you should select the lower layer. Now I have two same layer. Okay, select the lower layer, double click at the outer glow. Double click at the outer glow and then change the color to a red color, something like that. Then click OK. Then increase the size a bit only, something like this. Then you click OK. Can you do that? Okay, thank you. Some more? If done, please let me know. If you got problem, also please let me know. Yeah, sure. Okay, the yellow one is it done? How come my field is in black color? Okay, because you need to change the foreground color. Okay, by default, your foreground color will be on top. So you need to click the small arrow here so that the white color will be sitting on top. Okay, let's say you already fill with white, black color, right? You can change the fill color by going to the layer style, and then you put a color overlay. Color overlay, you change it to white color. Also can. Can or not? You go to double click on the layer, it will open up layer style. You go to color overlay. Okay, color overlay, change the color to a white color. Then click OK, click OK. Okay. Okay, I'm going to repeat one more time the red color. Let me see. Okay, now I have my yellow glow is done. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this layer. Control J to duplicate. The lower layer, double click the outer glow. Double click the outer glow. Change the color to a red color. Click OK, and then increase the size a bit. Okay, if you don't increase the size, you can't see the red color much, just a little bit on it. So you have to increase the size so that you can red color effect. Then you click OK. How come my field color cannot? Can you share your screen? SH, what's your name? Can you share your screen? Okay, color overlay, you change it to white color, not gray color. Change it to white color. Can you see the color there? The gray color? Click on the box. You choose white color. Choose white color. On the top left-hand side corner. More. You need to move it more. It's still gray actually. Yes, correct. Then click OK. And then Control D to remove selection. And then double click again the color overlay. At the layer there, double click the color overlay. Go to outer glow. Change the color to yellow. Click OK. Reduce the size a bit. Okay. Click OK. Control J now. The lower layer. The layer 4. Not the layer copy, but layer 4. Can you see the layer 4? Okay. Double click the outer glow. Change the color to red color. Click OK. Then increase the size a bit. All right. Okay, cool, nice. Then you click OK. Okay. All right. Okay, before we continue, shall we take a short 10 minutes break? Now it's 11:34. We meet back at 11:44. Okay. Okay, meet back at 11:44, you guys. Okay, see you shortly. Okay. Any problem, guys, with this so far? Anyone? Are you guys in yet?
So I have a
Okay.
problem.
Yeah.
My problem is actually I just came in halfway. The girl and the little crossy things stick together. How to separate it?
It is separate.
But I'm not sure why it stick together. My one.
Because after you have selection, right, you need to create a new layer. Then only you should fill color. You don't fill color on the layer, the girl's layer. If you fill on the layer, the girl's layer, it will be sticking together.
All right. So
Got it?
after I have the girl, then I create a new layer to draw that delicate eclipse thing, right? Your pen tool thing, right?
You can draw anywhere, but then when you fill color, make sure you create new layer. Then only you fill color.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay. Okay, but if you accidentally already fill on top of the girl, then you can't do anything.
Okay. All right. I redo it.
Okay. All right. Great. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to erase this part. Okay, where it's overlapping with the body. Okay, so before we erase this, we're going to make this flatten. Means the effect that we have created, we're going to make it as a flattened image. Means I'm going to create another new layer. I'm going to create another new layer, and then I shift click these 3 layers. The two light streak and also the new layer. The 3 layers select together by pressing Shift key, and then I'm going to merge the layers down. Okay, shortcut is Control E. Okay, you can see on the same row with the layer, there is 4 lines here, 3 or 4 lines. Okay, click that line and then you go to merge layer, or you can press Control E, or you can go to layer and then you can merge layer also can. Is it clear? Okay, I'm going to merge down now. Okay, the moment I merge down, you can see the color effect, right? The yellow and the red, it's no longer look like a light. Okay, it's look like a solid color. Okay, so that's because, let me undo back just to explain what's happening actually. Okay, if I zoom in here, it looks like a light effect now. Okay, because when I go to the outer glow effect, the layer style, the blend mode for this glow is a screen now. Okay, screen. But when I merge down all this layer, okay, it will become normal now. The blend mode become normal. So what we need to do after we merge down, okay, we need to change the blend mode of the layer to screen. Okay, click on the normal at the layer and then you choose screen. Then you will get back the same effect. Okay, is it clear? Okay, I'm going to undo one time. Okay, first thing, you create a new layer. I select this layer copy and then I click on new button here, the plus button, create a new layer, and then shift click all these 3 layers here, shift click so that 3 layers is selected. Then you go to layer on top here and then merge layers. It will merge all the selected layer. Okay. Can we still rearrange the curve angle and the thickness of the light after? No, we can't do that. Okay, after you merge, you can't edit the effect or the shape anymore. All right. The curve angle you should adjust using the path. Okay, so I go to layer, merge layer, and then change the blend mode to screen. The blending mode change to screen. Okay, we have this. Yes, yes. This software can be used to create the thumbnail for your YouTube. The cover for your video. Okay, so here now, after I merge, I'm going to erase this part. Okay, I'm going to use an eraser tool, E for eraser. You press E for eraser, and then you can adjust the size from here, or you can use the shortcut key to reduce the brush size. Reduce the brush size, and then you start to erase. Okay, if it is not erasing properly, you can increase the opacity of the brush, just in case. Okay, the opacity should be 100, and then you start to erase wherever it's overlapping with the body. Something like this. Okay, and then you need to adjust the brush size to a smaller size when you are erasing at the edges here. Okay, just take a look first. Okay, I'm erasing this area and also this area. Okay, if you can't see your background image, right? Okay, I'm going to undo back. Okay, if you can't see the background image, okay, what you do is you lower down the opacity for your layer. For example, mine is layer 4. I go to opacity here. I make it about 50%, so that I can see where the back is actually here. Okay, so I'm going to erase this first. After lower down opacity, erase it like this, and then increase back the opacity to 100. Then you try to zoom out to see how it's look like. If you need to erase more, for example, I still have some red effect over here. Okay, I increase the brush size, and then I erase more this part. Okay, something like this. Okay, how to merge the layer? Okay, you create new layer, and then you select all the 3 layers. The 2 is the one, the yellow and the red, and also the new layer. Shift click to select both layer, and then you go to layer, you go to merge layer. You need to select first, select the layers and then merge layer. All right, after merge, you change the blend mode to screen. From normal, change it to screen. Then you use eraser, erase the part where it's overlapping with the body, so that it looks like it's going from the back and then coming to the front. Something like this. If send layer 4 below layer 3. Okay, in my case, layer 3 is your background. If you put layer 4 behind the background, you don't see anything. All right. So make sure your layer 4 is above the layer 3. Okay, if you put behind the model, okay, if you put the layer behind the model, right? Okay, how about the leg area? It will go at the back as well. Here, can you see my screen? Okay, how do you bring this up? Okay, so you need to put it on top, then you erase only this part. Okay, if done, please let me know. To undo, you press Ctrl Z. Ctrl Z. So you have to be very careful. Okay, so make sure when you make a mistake, you undo immediately. Ctrl Z to undo. Okay, in version CS6, right, you only can undo one time, Ctrl Z one time. So you need to use the history state. Okay, to undo using the history, you press Ctrl Alternate and Z. Ctrl Alternate Z to undo in version CS6. Yes, yes, Saiful, thank you. But new version, you can just press Control Z. How much is the license for the personal one? I'm not sure. Personal is much cheaper. Like the company one is about 3,000 plus RM per year. Is it done, guys? Okay, done. Okay, I'm going to proceed. Is there any question before we proceed? No questions? All right. Okay, so we're going to put some overlay on top of this image. Okay, I'm going to open another file. I go to File, Open, and then go to Overlay folder. Okay, we have a few overlays here. Let's say, for example, I'm going to select the first image, the abstract blue. Okay, abstract blue, I'm going to select that and then click Open. Okay, same thing, I'm going to drag and drop into the untitled document. Something like this. And then go to Control T to transform. Okay, and then I'm going to make it smaller to fit the document size. Okay, something like that. To apply the transform effect, you press Enter. Okay, after you press Enter, okay, this layer is sitting on top. So you need to change the blend mode to screen. I can't erase some part. Can you share your screen enough?
Hi. Yeah, just give me a second.
Yeah.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah, it's loading. 1 minute. Okay, I can see that.
Yep, so I could erase the middle, but I keep erasing the hands and the back there and I can't.
Because you have selected the wrong layer.
Oh, which layer should I be erasing for?
You should not select the body. You should not select the body. Okay, can you make your layer slightly bigger?
How do I do that?
Can 1 minute. Can you allow me? Okay,
Yep.
Don't do anything. I can actually click and drag the layer out. Okay, click the layer out. Okay, and then you make it longer so that you can see more layers. All right. So now layer 4, copy. Okay, these two are the effect, and then layer 5 is the one you created, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then you select all these 3 layers. Okay, shift click and select, and then you press Ctrl E to merge it down. Number 1.
Oh wow.
Okay, then you change the blend mode to screen. Okay, your glow is very big. The size of the glow, you put it so big. Okay, and then you change this to screen, and then also I can see there is noise there. Okay, I didn't ask you to increase the noise. Okay, then you just erase this layer, not this layer. You don't select this and delete. Okay, so let me see whether we can undo this or not. Okay, I go to open the history panel. Okay, erase, erase, erase. I'm scrolling up. Okay, I hope this can reverse it. Okay, no. Okay, unfortunately, you can't undo this anymore.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay, so make sure when you are erasing, you select the correct layer. Okay, you don't select this layer and erase. No, you don't do that. All right.
Okay, my bad.
Clear?
Thanks. Yeah, I'll have to practice more.
Yeah, so you have to select these 3 layers and then you press Ctrl E to merge it down, merge all this layer. then you change the blend mode to screen. Okay. Change the blend mode to screen and then erase only that layer. Can we change the blend mode now?
Yeah.
Yeah, change the blend mode to screen. From the normal, change it to screen. Can you see the normal?
Yeah, I have
change
changed
it to
it,
screen. Then, yeah, then you start to erase.
It's erase tool,
Screen,
not
only
magic.
screen. No. Erase tool.
Right? Is this right?
Okay. Then you start to erase.
Oh.
Then you can start to erase. Maybe you can make it bigger. Make the brush size bigger.
Okay, I think
And
you
then
guys can
you
carry
see
on.
the number 13 on the top?
No.
Yeah, you choose a soft brush. Okay, I'm going to show you. 1 minute. Okay, when you are erasing, right?
Yavi, you accidentally muted.
Sorry, guys. Okay, you choose eraser and then you choose the brush type to a soft round, not the hard round. Okay, you choose soft round and then you adjust the size. Okay, then you start to erase, and whenever you want to erase at the edges, okay, you use a smaller brush. If you use a bigger brush, right, it will be faded like this. Okay, we don't want that. So that's why you use a smaller brush, then you erase here. The middle part, all you need to use a much bigger brush. You increase the brush size, increase to something like this, then you start to erase. Clear? Clear, guys? Okay, I'm going to turn on back this layer. Okay, to put an overlay, you open an image with a black color background. Okay, black color background, you drag and drop into this image and then you resize it and then change the blend mode to screen. Okay, I'm going to put another image. Okay, I go to open, file open. Okay, I'm going to choose the golden particles background. Okay, and then click open. Okay, same thing how you did earlier. Drag and drop to your untitled document. Okay, and then scale it down. Press Ctrl T and then scale it down. Press enter and then change the blend mode to screen. Okay, we have this. If let's say I want to flip my image, I want these particles to be on my right hand side. I need to flip the image. Okay, I can go to edit, transform, and then I can flip horizontal. Okay, edit, transform, flip horizontal. Okay, click on that. It will flip your layer. All right, something like this. And then I don't want this effect, this golden particle effect, to be overlapping on the face area here. Okay, so what I can do is I can actually erase some of the particles. I use eraser tool and then make sure select the correct layer, which is the golden particle, and then I start to erase. Something like this. Can you see that? Now I can see my the model's body much clearer. So something like this. Clear? Is it clear, guys? Okay, cool. Can you try that? Okay, you open the golden particle and then drag and drop, rescale it, and then change the blending mode to screen, and then erase some of the area on the face. Okay, try first. If done, please let me know. Yes, yes, definitely. Practice makes perfect. If you want me to repeat, please let me know. How to flip? Yes. You select that specific layer, you go to edit, transform, flip horizontal. Edit, transform, flip horizontal. Okay, even if you can try with the flip vertical also can, if you want to. Okay, this one make sure before you erase. Okay, and then the blue color, right? The blue color overlay that we have put, okay, it doesn't actually match with our image. Okay, so what you can do is you select the blue color layer, and then you go to image, adjustment, hue saturation, image, adjustment, hue saturation, and then you just adjust this first value, hue only. Okay, so that it become more like a orangey a bit, orangey or reddish or whatever. Okay, so that it looks like more blended with your image. Then click OK. Any questions so far? If done, please let me know. Okay, if some of the overlay, if you want to lower down the opacity, right? Okay, you can select that layer and then you can lower down the opacity on the layer here. Okay, so for example, I don't want it to be so this thing. Okay, so I can reduce the opacity so that the effect is not so much. Okay, same goes for this golden. Okay, I can lower down the opacity. Okay, and then you can check on and off whether it's okay or not. Okay, do you have any question, whatever we learned today? Any other questions? Anyone?
Can you include text in this picture if you have a text?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so let's say you want to add text, right? You go to the type tool, the T letter there. Okay, horizontal type tool. Okay, click on that and then bring your cursor to your document and then you click. Okay, when you click, right, it will automatically put a lorem ipsum sample letter. Okay, so for example, I just click here and then I type something. Adobe Photoshop. Okay, something like this. Okay, after you type, you go back to your move tool. Okay, click on the move tool and then you press Ctrl T to resize the text. Okay, so I'm going to make it bigger. Let's say something like this, and then I put it aside. Then press enter. If you want to adjust the font type, the font size, font color, you can double click at the T letter on the layer. Okay, there is a T letter there, and then Adobe Photoshop. You double click on the T, and then you can start to edit the font type. Okay, so for example, let's say I don't like this font. Maybe I choose something else. Okay, and then maybe I can adjust the size from 100 maybe to 60 maybe. Okay, and then the color, maybe I don't want white color. I can click the color and then I can change it to something else. Okay, something like that. Okay, how to blur the edge of an object or something like feather. Okay, how to make blur. Okay, so for example, let's say I just turn off all this lah. Just to show you. Okay, I have this girl's image, and then I want to make the edges to be blurry. Okay, like not inside but outside. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this layer 2. I'm going to press Ctrl J. The lower layer, I'm selecting the lower layer, and then I go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Okay, or maybe radial blur. Okay, radial blur will look nicer. Okay, I'm going to choose radial blur, and then I'm going to choose instead of spin, I'm going to change it to zoom maybe. Okay, and then I increase the amount to something like maybe 50 or 60. Then I click OK. Okay, so what happened here if I zoom in? Okay, I close the visibility. Can you see that? It become blurry, number 1. And then I'm going to duplicate again the one I made it blurry. And then I apply the blur effect again. I go back to filter. I click on the radial blur here. Do something like this. Okay. Now if I turn off the visibility of all this, okay, now you can see clearly how it's become blurry. Okay, you can try with Gaussian blur also can. Make sure you duplicate first, then select the lower layer, and then you make it blur. Okay, hope that's answered the question. Okay, may I know what's the difference between foreground and background? All right, okay, good question. Okay, I'm going to create a simple new document. Okay, I'm going to create a new document. All right, and then I'm going to use a brush maybe. Let me change the color first. The foreground I change to red color. The background color I'm going to change it to green color. Okay, if I want to paint with something, right, I use my brush tool. Okay, let's say I'm going to choose my brush tool. If I start to paint, okay, it will apply the foreground color. Okay, now I don't have any layer. I only have background layer. All right. If I erase now, I choose eraser. Okay, and then I start to erase. Can you see that? When I erase from the white color, it becomes green color because my background color is green now. All right. This applies to background layer. If let's say I have a new layer. Okay, if I have new layer, if I use my brush tool, I still get my foreground color. But if I use my eraser, okay, E for eraser, when I start to erase at the white area or whatever, nothing happens because on this layer 1, there is only this color, the red color. If I erase on the red color, it will disappear. It doesn't change to green color. Okay, the background color, you'll able to see background color on the background layer only. Okay, is it clear? Okay, next question. How we know 3 picture is similar size with the lady? Any indicator to make this look logic? How we know 3 pictures is similar size with the lady? I don't understand the question. Okay, if I take picture and it doesn't have a blur, okay, how do I blur the background in Photoshop? Okay, similar way how you selected the person out just now. Okay, so for example here, sorry. Okay, you have this original image, right? Okay, I have this original image. After you cut and remove it to separate from the background. Okay, so for example, here. Okay, after you cut it out, and then what you do, you just blur the background layer. Okay, so for example, this layer 1, I'm going to make a duplicate first. Then I just go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. And then I increase a little bit to something like this. Can you see that? Is this your question, Commando? Okay, so you can do something like this. Okay, but then what happened is when you blur this thing, you can see the edges also become blurry. Can you see that? I click OK. The edges of this person also become blurry. Okay, we don't want that, right? Okay, so what we can do is we need to use the stamp tool. Okay, stamp tool, and then I remove these sections here. Sorry. Something like this. Okay, now it's look clear. Means what I've done is I remove some of the part from this girl. Okay, I undo back. Okay, just take a look. This is our background image, the one we already blurred it, right? So I use my stamp tool and then I copy from somewhere here by pressing alternate, and then I remove this area. And then I press alternate here, and then I remove this section, something like that. Then when I turn on back my image, so the edges not blurry anymore. All right, just an idea for you to do that. All right. If I want to blend 2 pictures, edges together, them not overlapping, what can I do? Blend 2 pictures, edges together, not overlapping. I don't understand as well. Can you explain? Unmute and talk, maybe. Okay. The previous question, how to know 3 picture is similar size with the lady? Any indicator? To make this edit look logic. I think what you mean is the size of the background, is it? This one, is it? Okay, this one, there is no logic. Okay, you need to use your sense, okay, to resize this. All right, so this image, okay, maybe this is not right. Okay, the scaling of this background and the girl is maybe not right. Maybe the girl should be much smaller, maybe, I don't know. Okay, maybe you need to reduce further down to something like that. Okay, this one depends on how you look at it. All right. There is no rules for that. You need to, for example, the leaf, right? I don't know what tree is this. Okay, you need to know what tree is this, and then you need to refer to this size. Almost maybe your palm size or whatever, or maybe your head size. You can use this as your reference to scale your model here. Okay, that's the only way. You need to have some object which you can identify, and you can differentiate the size of the object with your whatever object that you put in. All right, I hope that's answer your question. Okay, any more questions? It's like a transition from one picture to another. transition to another. You means you want the image to overlap and then blend nicely, is it? Can you show again how to make sure the girl's whole body is selected properly instead of some of the head is missing? If on the normal picture, I just want to view the picture, how can I remove the people in the picture? Okay, Jaden. Okay, let's say for example, okay, this is our original picture. You want to remove these people, is it? Jaden. Okay, so one way is you can use the stem tool. Another way is you can use the content aware field. Okay, so for example, let's say I just simply make a selection of this person here, and then I go to edit, I go to field, and then I go to change the content to content aware. Okay, and then I click OK. I'm just giving a try on it. Okay, it will process. Let's try whether it works or not. Yeah, something like that. Ta-da. Okay. And of course, here you have some what we call some problem here. Okay, so this one you have to fine tune. Maybe you can use your stem tool, make the brush size bigger, and then you can paint it a little bit. Something like that. Okay. Okay, can you show again how to make sure the selection without overlapping? Example picture is just placed next to picture B, like smudging two layers together. I hope I understand that. Okay, so for example only, yeah. Okay, let's say I have this image. Okay, two image. Okay, I want these two blend together. Okay, so maybe I move it a bit. I go to layer, I go to layer mask, I go to reveal all, and then I go to gradient. I change the gradient to a black and white color, and then I just click and drag opposite direction. Is it something like this? Xiao Hui Chang. Is it? This is your question? All right, okay. So you place your image first, side by side, something like this. Okay, and then you go to layer, layer mask, reveal all. Okay, and you choose your gradient tool. Click on the gradient, change the gradient color to a black and white color. Okay, and then you just click and drag. Can I achieve that effect without the pictures overlapping? I don't understand. You can do this with overlapping only. Without overlapping, you can't get this this effect. You must overlap so that it will blend with another image. Okay, so for example, let's say I undo back. Okay, let's say this background, right? Okay, I move the background. Okay, it is not overlapping. Can you see that? Okay, so the blue color image is here, the orange is here. How can I blend if it doesn't overlap? I cannot blend if it doesn't overlap. Okay, you must make it blend, overlap, then only you can blend it. So for example, I do the same thing here, layer mask, reveal all, gradient, I click and drag. It will become transparent because there is nothing at the back. It needs to overlap. Okay. Okay, no problem. Okay, the one we remove the people, right, from the background. Let me just show you one more time. Okay, let's say somewhere, maybe not. Let's say here lah. Maybe some of the leaf I want to remove. Okay, from this background. Let's say. Okay, so we have to make some selection. Let's say I use my lasso tool. For example, I select this part here. Okay, I have a selection of that object, and make sure your background should have some plain colors. Okay, so something like this. Sometimes it will work, sometimes it doesn't work. Okay, but you have to try and error first. You make a selection using the lasso or maybe a rectangle marquee tool. Then you go to edit, you go to fill. Okay, shortcut is Shift F5. The content you change from foreground to content aware. Okay, change it to content aware and then you click OK. It will process automatically and try to remove as much as possible. Okay, so this one, okay, for example, this is not clean. Okay, I'm going to Shift F5 again, content aware, click OK. Now it has been removed. Okay, so you can manually remove it one by one maybe. Okay, I make a selection, go to fill, content aware, click OK. Then you will remove a bit by bit. Okay, something like this. Okay, if you have a nice background and then suddenly you have some cars in the middle or somewhere, if you want to remove, you can select the car and then you can use the content aware. Show us how to create the glass pieces effect on the lady. What do you mean? Glass pieces effect. Okay, what is the stamp tool for? Stamp tool to copy and paste to another position. Okay, so for example, I choose my stamp tool and then I want this leaf. Okay, can you see this leaf here? This leaf to be on another place. Okay, I want to copy this to maybe somewhere here maybe. Okay, so what I do, I choose my stamp tool. Okay, and then I press alternate, click, and then when I move my cursor here, can you see that the same thing over here? Okay, it will just paste it here, something like that. Okay, or maybe I want to paint this tree over here. Okay, something like this. Okay, stamp tool, you can copy from one place to another place. Okay, glass pieces effect. Can you explain? Can you flip the stamp or is it impossible? What do you mean by flip? Okay, this tree, right? After you paint, okay, so this tree, you don't paint it on the same layer, but you paint it on a different layer. So I'm going to undo back. Let's say I use my stamp tool, alternate and click at the background layer. I create new layer and then I start to paint. Let's say I just simply paint lah. All right. So after I paint, I can do anything I want with this new layer. I can flip it horizontally, I can flip it vertically, doesn't whatever. I go to edit, transform, flip vertical, horizontal maybe. Okay, you can do that. All right. Any more questions? No problem. Let's say I have something like this. This is quite clean. Okay, let's say sometimes if you want to touch up your skin, right? You don't want to show your pimples or whatever. You can use your stamp tool. You copy from one place the nice skin and then you paste it on another place. Okay, so you can do that for your faces. Let's say I want this. I want to put another eye on the forehead, like that. Okay, you can do that. My question not answered. If the selection is not 100% selecting properly the full image, how to correct that? If the selection is not 100% selecting properly full image, is it your question is on the head? Anna, can you unmute? Means if your selection is not properly done, so you need to make more selection. You mean the refine the age, is it? Okay, so for example, here, you see, here I have some hair here, right? Okay, and then we want to make selection. First, you use your pick selection tool. Pick selection, you just paint the scratch. This is full. I need to exit my Photoshop first. Broken glass dispersion effect on the lady boy, lady object. Okay, that one you need to use a multiple filter. Okay, later I will show you shortly. Okay, let's say this hair area, right? I'm going to use my quick selection tool, and then I start to paint. Okay, let's say with just simple, okay, something like this. Let's say the hand. Okay, and then I remove the background. Okay, make sure if you accidentally selected, alternate and click to remove the area. Okay, I'm going to show you this specific area here. Okay, so I'm going to click on select and mask. Okay, you can see the selections color is quite hard here, not soft color. Okay, I use my refine edge brush tool here, and then I make it slightly bigger, and then I start to paint something like this, and then here as well. Okay, start to paint here. Okay, so now after painting done, okay, so here as well a bit, you see when you start to refine it, okay, you can see back your hair a bit more like this. Okay, if you want to remove a selection, alternate click and drag. Okay, it will remove back. If you want to adjust back this, I'm going to click OK first. Okay, if you want to adjust this, you use back your normal quick selection tool. Okay, sorry, not alternate, just click and drag to make more selection. Okay, then only you go back to refine, and then you paint back again this area. Okay, if done, you click OK. Okay, and then I'm going to make a copy, and then maybe the background I'm going to put some maybe white color, maybe something like that. So your selection here, it will be faded instead of a solid selection, this area. Okay. Shadow, select. Oh yes, okay, shadow. We actually missed out the shadow part. Okay, I'm supposed to show you the shadow. Okay, how is select stem area not bigger than the object, but you still manage to stem the whole object as an output. Thing from Photoshop. How is your selected stem area not bigger than the object? Selected stamp area not bigger than the object, but you still manage to stamp the whole object as an output. Okay, the stamp size, you can increase the brush size or reduce the brush size as how you okay, sorry about that. I've been disconnected. Okay, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? All right, okay, cool. Okay, can you please type the question again? Okay, any question I haven't answered, can you please type the question again? Okay, okay. I only selected one area as my reference point, but then when you start to paint, right, you paint a bigger area, you'll get the whole tree actually. Okay. To add a shadow. All right. Okay, to add shadow, a simple one. Okay, so what you can do is you select back this girl. Okay, the girl's layer. Make a copy, Control J style to overlay with a darker color. I go to color overlay, and then I choose a very dark brown maybe. Okay, and then I click OK. And then I press Control T, or I can also flip it. Or maybe I try to Control T and see first. Okay, I can press Control and then I can just drag it down here, something like that. Okay, and then I adjust the position. Okay, and then after that, you just blur it out. Go to Blur, Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. You increase the blurriness to something like that, and then maybe you reposition back, move it up a bit, something like that, and then you can play around with the opacity. Okay, so for example, I reduce the opacity a little bit, something like that. Okay, but then this shadow doesn't look so real because I can see some highlight on the shoe. Okay, the shoe area, there is a bright color over here. We need to make it darker. All right, so for example, let's say I just erase some of the area from the shoe. I use eraser tool, a smaller eraser tool. Make sure select the girl's layer and then I start to erase this. Something like this. Or you can also make this area darker. Means I can use my quick mask selection. Okay, just for your information, guys. Okay, this one just to show you. I make a selection at this area. Let's say this area, something like this. Okay, and then I press Q again. Okay, and then I hide my selection. I go to image, adjustment, brightness, contrast maybe. I lower down the brightness to make it darker a bit. Something like this. And then I can try to adjust my, what we call contrast as well. Brightness and contrast, adjust, then it becomes darker. Okay, and also you can manually paint an effect color also. I create new layer below the girl. Okay, and then I use my brush tool. I choose a darker color. Okay, and then I start to paint. Something like this. Okay. And if you notice this one, okay, the one we duplicate, right? The shadow. Okay, this one I'm going to create a new layer because we put a color overlay. I create new layer and then I merge it down. This blend mode should be in multiply. Okay, so multiply for effect, for shadow, you into our project. Okay, so for example, the one I downloaded, this one I downloaded free pick. Okay, from free pick, when you start to find images, right, you find for a PNG image, number one, okay, or you find for a vector file. If you are downloading a vector file, sometimes you need to remove the background color in Illustrator. You open Illustrator, open the image, the vector image, then you remove the background, then you import in what we call Photoshop. Okay, so for example, I have this ring file, right? In your overlay folder, there is a ring file, ring 02. Originally, this ring 2, it has a background in Illustrator. I remove the background, then only actually I give it to you. Like for example, if I click OK, I have this. Originally, I open this in Illustrator and I remove the background. Okay, so you need to find a vector file. Find a vector file and then only you what we call import it into Photoshop, something like this. How to create a shadow? How to create a frame and put the object inside the frame? Do you mean by picture frame, like photo frame that we have? Okay, I'll show you. To create a frame, you need to have a frame image first. Okay, you go to Google, and then you download a frame image. Okay, and then this image, okay, what you have to do after you have completed editing, okay, so you can actually flatten the image. Flatten means it will make all the layer to become one layer. Okay, and then you drag this image into that frame image, and then you just resize this image. Okay, hope that's clear. Blur effect. Okay, you go to filter, blur. Instead of using AI to remove background. Jaden, removing background in a vector file, you need to use Illustrator. Removing background on an image, you need to use Photoshop. Okay. All right, great. Okay. Okay, before, is it easier to edit using green screen or white screen? Green screen, much easier because you have a contrast. You can use your magic wand, just click. Or you can use your, if you go to select, you have color range. You can choose color range and then you just pick your green color, much easier. Okay. All right. Okay, so before we end the class, I want you to fill up a form, a feedback form. Okay, let me just share you this link. Yes, we will give you the link of this recorded video by email. Yeah, Shadow. So meanwhile, can you please fill up the form? I still can show you how to do the shadow. All right. Okay. Who's that? Farahin Ashikin, please mute yourself. Farahin Ashikin, please mute yourself. Course name is photo editing in Photoshop. Farahin Ashikin, thank you. Okay, just I'm going to repeat one more time the shadow part. Okay, you have your girl's layer here. You create another layer. Use your brush tool, B for brush, and then you choose a dark foreground color, and then you start to paint at this area. Why is it not appearing? Okay, it's there. Okay, start to paint a bit smaller brush, maybe. Okay, something like this. Okay, this is one way. And then you can adjust the opacity and then change the blend mode to multiply, number one. Okay, and also this one lower down a bit, maybe. Okay, this is one way of creating. You paint manually. Another way is you can actually duplicate this person. Okay, means for example, I select this girl, I press Ctrl J, the lower layer, I put a darker color overlay. Course name is photo editing in Adobe Photoshop. Okay, so I double click the layer, go to layer style, color overlay. I'm going to put a very dark color. Okay, and then click OK. And then I press Ctrl T to free transform. Then I press Ctrl and click and drag to create a shadow, something like this. Okay, and then I press Enter. Then I lower down the opacity a bit. So something like this. Okay, after that, you can start to use eraser because the shadow near the leg area should be darker and the shadow over a bit further away should be lighter. So I use eraser and then I make the brush size bigger and I lower down the opacity of the brush and then I start to erase. Something like that. Okay, and the entire thing, I'm going to make it slightly blurry. Go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and then make it slightly blurry. Something like that. Then you are done. Okay, but this one is wrong lah. Huh? Just an idea. How to add sunshine? What's the cost? Okay. If you want to add sunshine kind of thingy, let's say in between this leaf, you want to see some lights there. Okay, I can create a new layer. Sorry. Create a new layer. I draw a selection tool by using rectangle marquee tool. Let's say something like this, and then I fill with maybe white color. Fill color. Press alternate and delete, and then I press Ctrl T for free transform. Okay, and then I move it, rotate, all right, and then maybe I make it slightly thinner bit, something like that. Then I press Control and click and drag to resize this to look like the shape of the sun ray. Okay, and then I press Enter. Then what I do, I use my eraser tool. Okay, I erase some of the edges here so that it is not very solid color. Okay, something like that. Okay, something like that. Just erase it. And the entire thing, I'm going to make it slightly blurry. Gaussian blur. Okay, something like this. Press OK. And this part also erase a bit. Okay, here also erase. And then I press Ctrl T. I adjust the size again. Okay, let's say something like that. And then I press Ctrl J to duplicate the layer. I press Ctrl T again, and then I move this, okay, by pressing Ctrl and click and drag. Okay, let's say something like this, and then Enter. All right, and then you can make it, maybe you don't want it to be same size or whatever. You can make it slightly thinner, something like this, and then you adjust the opacity of your layer. Maybe smaller a bit, something like this. Okay, and you can overlay this with a different color. Instead of white, maybe I want it to be slightly yellowish, maybe. I go to yellow, and then very light yellow, or maybe a bit orange. Okay, something like that. Click OK. Click OK. I'm going to copy this layer style. Right click on this layer, go to copy layer style. Select the other layer, right click again, paste layer style. So I have this. So you just have to repeat this process so that you have more rays actually. Okay, hope I answered your question. All right. Okay, but then to make it more realistic, whenever there is an object blocking, right, something like this, let's say you want to show this ray as though it's at the back, so you can put it behind that person. Oh, sorry, not. Some of it at the back, some of it at the front. Okay. Okay, hope you guys learned something new today. Okay, thank you so much for attending this training. Yes, there'll be a 3 days class for this paid training, which will be scheduled on next week. Okay, once we have scheduled the class, we will be sharing through email as well. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, if you have any question, you may ask now also.